Hello, I'm Elizabeth Eloidy of GBKM Network, and I'm joined here by Mr. Peter Toe, Executive and Artistic Director of Music Africa. And we're going to be briefly discussing this year's AFROFEST, but especially the second part of the festivities. You know, the party don't stop over here, the awards ceremony. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Peter Toe. Welcome, welcome. So this year we have an award ceremony.
Yes, we do.
So why was it important to have a ceremony at this year's AFROFEST?
Well, as an organization, in as much as we try to do things within our community and be innovative, we appreciate the fact that we are very fortunate to have the position that we have. And so right now we thought to ourselves, okay, having the community ties, and knowing that there are individuals out there who are also doing amazing work, it would be good for us to recognize some of these individuals. And that's how we came up with the idea of doing an award ceremony for AFROFEST.
It's awesome. Now let's speak about AFROFEST. How was AFROFEST this year?
Well, AFROFEST was amazing. Personally, I had a very good time. I would say, now I can understand why some people say working within the pandemic is a lot more difficult. Because look at it this way, apart from just presenting an event, one had to serve as a motivator. Some of the artists were feeling down. Some of them had spent months without creating. So you had to encourage them and say, hey, look, we have a major event coming up. Please work with us. Make these phone calls on a daily basis. I check on the artists, see how they're doing. And basically, put them in a position to present a very good show. So even though it was challenging, we had an outdoor and an online version. So if you have not watched any of the shows, just log on to our YouTube channel at AFROFEST. You can watch all the shows there. It was pretty good, and I think if you watch it, you agree with me.
Awesome. Love to hear that. Now, this year we have our award ceremony, as you know, and it's specifically for the Community Shield Award. Why is this award named the Community Shield Award?
Actually, you're the first person to ask that question.
Really?
Yeah, so it is a community award because we are looking at individuals within our community who are doing interesting things. And shield is it's like protection. There's some people who are looking out for the community. People are looking out for the well-being of the community. So these are like, we say, the silent custodians, the silent caretakers of our community. It is good to bring them to the forefront and show people the work that they do. That's why we named it such.
So who is the first caretaker, so to speak, we're going to see receive this first award today?
The first person to receive this award is Mr. Taiwo Ajala. And if you're within the African community here in Toronto, if you do events or anything of that nature, you should know him. He's famously known as T, the founder of Suya Sport. He's the one he's the first recipient of award.
So what made Mr. T worthy recipient of this Community Shield Award?
Yes, I can go professionally and personally.
You like them both.
Okay. So personally, I know him. I met him at AFROFEST a couple of times. I first met him at AFROFEST, and then I visited Suya Sport. And I remember a time when I was looking for a venue to do Music Africa events. And usually we go out, we pay outside venues some money to use that spot. And he basically told me, you know what, my basement is here, it's yours. So the open arms that he gave me and Music Africa to do whatever we wanted to do, he gave us his platform. Apart from that, the years at AFROFEST that I see the work that he's doing behind the scenes, promoting the event, even without telling us that this is what he's doing, because he's a vendor at AFROFEST. So he goes around telling people that he's going to be at AFROFEST, and we have a whole group of people that come to AFROFEST just because he's there. You know, to me that is quite significant. And thirdly, there's so many times that I've tried to engage an artist, or say a videographer or a photographer, or somebody shooting a music video, and they'll say, you know what, T supported me like this, or T did this for me, or he did. So he does this behind the scenes without people knowing that this is the type of person he is, or this is the work that he is doing. So understanding this and knowing him as that type of a person, I think, and to be a successful entrepreneur, a successful African entrepreneur in Toronto, knowing how challenging it is for, first of all, being black, second of all, being African, and third of all, operating in the space that we operate in, for him to be successful and do everything he's doing, I think he's a worthy recipient of the first Community Shield Award being given out by AFROFEST.
So beautiful. Now, you know what? What's better than just go to Suya spot right now and handing to Mr. T, Mr. Taiwo Ajala, his Community Shield Award. So let's go. Hello and welcome to AFROFEST 2021. Live from the Suya spot, I'm Elizabeth Eloidy of GBKM. And to kick off the award ceremonies of this year's festivities, please join me in welcoming the chair of the Board of Music Africa, Mr. Pascal Atem.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth. My name is Pascal Atem, the chair of the Board of Music Africa. Today we are at the Suya spot to present the Community Shield Awards to some of our most loyal community members. At this time, I'm going to present to you Mr. Michael Stoll, who is one of our founding members, to proceed with this award ceremony.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth, and thank you for your kind words, Pascal. My name is Michael Stoll. I'm one of the original founding members of Music Africa, the organization that puts on AFROFEST, and now it is 33 years of AFROFEST. The success of AFROFEST is about building partnerships with our African communities. And we talk about an African community, but really it's a community made up of many different communities. And certainly the Nigerian community is one of the most important, huge communities in the African music and the African community here in Toronto. And when it comes to bringing Nigerians together and bringing Africans together, there is no greater person who has worked harder, been involved with AFROFEST for longer than Mr. T himself, Taiwo Ajala. We go way back.
Yes,
so
we do.
33 years of AFROFEST,
Yes.
and as Pascal said, you've been around for at least half of it.
Yes.
And it's a pleasure to present this award to you as being a community builder, and as Suya Spot has grown since 2006.
Thank you.
You've seen AFROFEST grow over the same time. It's certainly a pleasure,
Yes.
as one of the founding members of AFROFEST, to be able to present this award to you, T.
Yes. Thank
And
you
your
very much.
Very big contribution both to AFROFEST and to building the vibrant African community we have here in Toronto.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I'm very honored. Thank you. So right here.
The Community Shield Award
Yes.
presented to Taiwo Ajala.
Thank you.
Found it here.
Yeah.
At the Suya spot here
Yes.
in Toronto, the gathering place for Africans, for Nigerians
In Toronto.
in Toronto.
Yes.
And fantastic food if anybody wants to experience the
There you-
taste of Africa.
There you go. Thank you, Mike.
I am joined here by the one and only Mr. Taiwo Ajala, aka Mr. T, founder of the Suya spot. Hello, welcome. Congratulations on the award.
Thank you.
How does it feel to get this recognition from the community?
I'm honored, and it's been a long road, but I'm honored, and I'm happy to be here today.
Great.
Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit more about yourself, about your background and how long you've been in Toronto?
So my parents were back here in the 60s. My father and mother. I was born here in Toronto, funny enough. And in 1976, we went back to Nigeria, Kaduna. And I grew up in the northern part of Nigeria. And in 1995, I came back to Canada to just build a dream. And I'm excited to be back home because I call Toronto home. Yes.
I mean, at this point it is home, right?
Yes, it is.
So can you tell us a little bit more about your business and the business you run and how it came to be?
Yeah, so before I opened up Suya Spot in 2006. I ran a direct sales company back in 1998. And the business was known as Tifika International. We did a lot of direct sales business where we did door-to-door, mall events, trade shows, where we get to meet with people and sell products to them. Some of our clients back then were companies like AT&T, Sprint, Bell, Cogeco. We did major credit card companies like BMO, TD Visas and stuff, where we offer those services to people. So I ran that for 7 or 8 years, and then I decided that, you know what, it was time for me to do something for my people, like provide something that would my people would enjoy. Just so you know, a little bit of that part of my background has to do with my mother, because she was in the catering business. In fact, in 1969, she was at George Brown College studying culinary food. So back in Nigeria, she had a couple of restaurants. So that's where the concept came from, just so you know.
So it runs in the family.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes.
So being an entrepreneur for so long, can you tell us a little bit about your entrepreneurial journey and what's that been like? How would you describe it?
So just like any other business, you start from the bottom and work your way up. The one thing that has kept me grounded is being truthful to my beginning. And my beginning has to do with being humble. The customer service was very important to me. Being 100%, not just committed, but 100% dedicated to the business. A lot of people come into the business today and they, are just more interested in the fast money. I wasn't interested in that. I was more interested in providing a service to people. I wanted people to enjoy the quality of our Suya product, and that is what has got us over the years to where we are today. Yeah.
So at what point did you decide in 2006 or even earlier to follow in your mom's footsteps essentially and go into the food industry?
So what happened was right after September 11, when we had the we had what we had. A lot of people know what happened then. I felt that the industry that I was involved in was beginning to slow down, because a lot of the companies that were based in the US, like AT&T, Sprint, they were pulling out of Canada. So that kind of forced my business back then to get into charity organizations like March of Dimes, the Toronto Humane Society. We were helping them raise funds. But then I noticed that that market was not as, profit making back then. And I said to myself, I go, you know what, I'm tired of this. I want to establish something for my own people. And I actually started this business way back in 2004. So whenever there were African parties, I would go there, set up, sell my suya behind the back of a van, because that's how I pretty much started. And people started gravitating towards the product. They started liking it, because suya is known to be a street side food back in Nigeria and other parts of West Africa. So once people started gravitating towards that, I felt, it was time for us to open up a location, but more of a smaller location, just because of the risk factors that were involved in it. And over the period of time, it just grew. Yeah.
So between us,
Yeah.
what would you attribute to your success today?
Suya Nation, the people, right? Like, this wasn't possible because people could always do their barbecues at home and stuff, and most people have a grill at home. But the success of the business today has to do with people just coming together and say, hey, you know what? We don't just want to be at home. We just want to come together and taste the aphrodisiac type of food that we have back home, the street kind of food. So it has nothing to do with me. It just has to do with Suya Nation, the people. The people are the ones that has grown the business to where it is at today. Yeah.
Now, of course, on the other side of success, there are the challenges that entrepreneurs have to overcome.
Right.
What were some of the notable or, life-changing challenges that you were able to overcome in your time?
Yeah, so I've been through my ups and downs in business, and just like any other business. I don't like to get more into personal stuff that I've been through, but losing my son was something that motivated me to strive more and work even harder. But more importantly, the people within the community looked at me and said to me, goes, "Yo, T, you're giving us something that we missed back in Nigeria, and we want this, not even just Nigeria, just the whole of West Africa, Africa as a whole." And it's just the people, because at the end of the day, I could say, "Oh, I did this, I did that, I did this." No, it's not even about that. It's just more of people coming together and say, "You know what, we are going to support you." And the one thing I want to really say today is that the one organization that has actually built our business to where it is at today is Music Africa, because the AFROFEST concept event is the one big event that I always participate in every single year. And that business has really, really grown our business from just being in the back of the van to having over 5 locations across Canada today.
And that is an achievement.
Yes,
Congratulations.
It is.
It's clear that community involvement is important to you, but why is it so important to you?
Loyalty. There's something I want to say. The African community we gravitate towards oneness. We gravitate towards support, and that is the one thing that has helped us grow today. Looking back, being a part of Music Africa, from joining the organization and being a part of that event, people like Michael, people like Pascal, who's our current chairman, people like our executive director, Peter. These were guys that just gave us the opportunity to expand as an organization, and coming in every single day, knowing that we have the backings of organizations like Music Africa and AFROFEST, it just kept me more motivated and say, hey, you know what? If they can support us, we got to step up our game. You know what I mean? That is one of the things that has brought us to where we are today.
So what are the main activities you do in terms of being involved in the community?
So the one major thing that has lifted us from where we started to where we are today has to do with music. And we support a lot of artists in Toronto. Currently we have 2 ambassadors that we work with. We have Success K and OZB. They're our main ambassadors. I'm sure you know that.
Yeah.
But more importantly, Music Africa gave us an insight that if you mix music with your food product, it would only take you to another level. And we brought those combos together. It's funny I'm saying this on camera for the first time though, but it's the honest truth. And that's why here at Suya Spot and our other locations, we like to bring in different type of, not just artists, but music to help support our brand. Yes.
Music is a big part of it, right?
Yes, it is.
And so why have you particularly been so inspired to support Music Africa in the past and present and going on in the future?
That's a very good question. Look, it's, I'm I believe in one thing. If it's not broken, why fix it? And what Music Africa has done for us has worked over the years. So it's only not just common sense, but it's also a magical thing that, you know what, stick with the program because it's working. And that's the one thing that I have always loved and supported about Music Africa.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So, for the young entrepreneurs out there watching, what is some advice, a big, major piece of advice you could give them?
Consistency, dedication, giving it 100% of the time. It sounds like more of an easy word, but there were times when I started, I didn't make any money. But I knew that it was only a matter of time because every single person that tasted our product back then said, we love this. So I just knew that I just got to stick with the program. And, you know, if you're, you know, a young business person and you want to expand your business and grow as a person, give it 100%. You know, sometimes people would say, you know what, I give it 100%. No, you didn't. Do what you need to do today so that tomorrow you can retire early. And that's just the business model I work with.
Amen. Well, congratulations again on your Community Shield Award, Mr. Ajala.
Thank you very much. Thank you.